So my girlfriend Erin and I decided to do a corn chip taste test. Rather than just inviting people over for an informal taste test with chips and dip and having a nice time, we decided to science the crap out of it. I mean, we also had a nice time, but it was kind of secondary to the science.
We're back. You were saying about the origin of this study.
So we were driving back from Fifth Water Hot Springs and a Cinco de Mayo party. Day of the Dead party.
Yeah.
Where we'd had some chips, so we had some bags in the car, and we were snacking on them. And I thought, I really want to taste test chips. So I just said that out loud, I think, and then Ben was like, "Oh my gosh, that's a great idea!" And pretty much from there, he just exploded with excitement, and he took it from there. He created a website. We ended up going to 4 stores yesterday, and we bought 30 types of chips.
Hundreds of dollars worth of chips.
Yeah. So it's been really fun though, and I'm excited we're doing it.
Yep. Perfect.
Did you not tell them they're the Lord's chips? I feel like I did that wrong.
Did you not tell them that they were the Lord's chips?
To achieve a minimum baseline of scientific rigor, we had to control for several things. To make sure the participants weren't influenced by how the chips looked, we constructed these clamshells out of 2 paper bowls and instructed participants to close their eyes when opening the clamshells. We also even crushed up the chips to a certain degree so that the participants couldn't even tell the original shape of the chip. Even though Erin and I were running the study, we both really wanted to participate in the taste test. So I devised a way to conceal the brand of each chip sample from ourselves. First, I put all of the chip brands into the database I had created. Then, Erin left the room while I labeled all of the chip samples with a randomly generated 2-digit number that was given to me by my program. Then, I left the room, and the program gave Erin a new 2-digit number to relabel each sample. In the end, neither of us knew which chip was in which sampling container. Finally, we organized them numerically on the table to make them easy to find, and we started our study. We were already a few hours into this study, and none of our friends had even shown up yet. As far as determining a winning chip brand goes, I toyed around with a few different study architectures. I thought about doing a rating system, but I figured people would rank later chips lower just on account of being sick of chips. In the end, I decided that the best way to get the results I wanted was to do a one-on-one simple preference. With the system that I set up, each participant need only scan the QR code and is presented with instructions on how to proceed. Basically, it's just 30-something trials between 2 chips, where the participant just clicks the button for their preferred chip. We instructed the participants to follow a strict procedure, closing their eyes before opening each clamshell and taking a sip of their palate cleanser between each taste test. Soon enough, we had a bunch of friends over and the data were streaming in.
Basically, what I found in my research, my extensive research of the samples, is that more salty equals more good.
Who's like to play this?
Before sampling any of the chips, our friend Ford made some predictions.
Alright, Ford. You're a connoisseur of corn chips, is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Been that way for a long time.
Which chip do you predict will win this competition?
Well, the most consistent chip for me, the one that has the highest potential, is not a very cool chip. It's not the chip that all the cool hipsters like to chew on, but it's the Great Value brand Cantina style. Half the time, it's the greatest chip in the world. Then the other half, it's just okay. So it depends on what bag you get. But the most consistent chip I've found is the white corn Santitas chips. The yellow corn are okay. But for some reason, the white ones, they put way more salt. I don't know why. Every bag I get. So that one's been like the most consistent chip. So that'd be my vote, but we'll see what the science says, you know?
Alright, ready to see the results? By a margin, the winner was Santitas White, followed by Santitas Yellow, and on down the line. Some of these were surprisingly low. Juanitas? That's one of my favorite chips. Why did it score so low? Oh yeah, taco shells. I put those in kind of as a joke, but honestly, some of the chips were like worse than taco shells. I really gotta hand it to Ford for being so spot on. I just hope he doesn't go around with a chip on his shoulder. All in all, it was great fun with great friends, and now we know our preferred chips. Also, now that I have the software written, I can kind of plug and play with pretty much any other kind of food. What should I do next?
So I don't know. I think there was like holy chips or something.